This is the Lakers practice facility in El Segundo. Just standing here, you can see all the championship banners. Very rich history that the Lakers have, the second winningest franchise in all of the NBA. And throughout the years of the National Basketball Association, they've always been significant. This season has been a little bit different. It's not the same Lakers that we've seen and grown to love. They're not exactly doing as well. In any dark time, you have to think about the bright spot. And the bright spot is the development of the younger guys, such as Jordan Clarkson. So practice has wrapped up, and you see some of the players still shooting around. But Jordan Clarkson over there, he's studying film. He's watching previous games, and he's trying to find out which moves work best for him, and he's trying to read plays. And it's part of the development that he has and trying to get better. Watching him in practice, going hard, even though the Lakers season, they're not going to qualify for the playoffs. It's a good sign to see the work ethic that he's got and to be a true pro.
The 6'5", 185-pound Jordan Clarkson was drafted 46th overall by the Los Angeles Lakers in the 2014 NBA Draft. Not expected to play a lot of minutes, Clarkson rode the bench early in his NBA career, but he kept on working, a trait he developed as a young kid from San Antonio.
You know, he had just a normal childhood. He never gave us any problems. You know, he was always well-mannered. Everyone loved him in the neighborhood, and I think that's why he has such a huge following even in the city of San Antonio. As a young man, Jordan really didn't take the basketball very well because Jordan was actually a track and field athlete.
Yeah.
And he really focused most of his attention and his practice time and things like that running track. And he was one of the nationally ranked runners in the country for several consecutive years. I guess going maybe to his freshman year of high school, he came in and told us he didn't want to run anymore. And, you know, we were really disheartened about that decision, but we had to hear him out, to be honest with you. And said, well, what do you want to do? And he said, I want to play basketball. At this point in life, Jordan is still behind in basketball because I played basketball in life, but he's behind. But considering what he's done in such, in 7-8 years is remarkable. At that point, we realized, maybe he can play basketball, but again, we weren't at the NBA level.
Yeah.
We were looking at youth basketball as a tool to get an education.
Yeah.
As I've coached for 27 years, that's what we've always instilled in all our players, that, use basketball as a tool and not necessarily basketball use you.
Yeah.
We were just elated that he got a scholarship.
So this is your college jersey, obviously number 5, Clarkson, but what does it say down there?
Just my name, when I played there, the school, man. It's kind of where it all started, they believed in me when I transferred, and one of the assistants was just like, you're not gonna have a senior night, so you better put it all in these 2 years that you're here. And I did it, and it's a blessing that it happened.
What's the biggest difference for you from playing high school ball, college ball, and in the NBA? What was the transition?
High school was, it's kind of easy. It was a little different, playing against guys that probably going to play football and stuff like that. But when we get to college, everybody's there for one reason, to play basketball. And, it was a little tougher, but at the same time, I wanted to challenge myself, and that's why I transferred.
Clarkson played for the Karen Wagner High School in San Antonio. He closed out his high school career leading his team to a 38-2 finish and a semifinal stint in the state championship. Clarkson was named to the 2011 Conference USA All-Freshman team in his first year playing for the University of Tulsa. He made it to the All-Conference USA first team before transferring to the Missouri Tigers, where he later on made the 2014 All-SEC second team.
I remember also when I was over there at his house, he showed me pictures, and he showed me a picture of you in your basketball gear, and he goes, he thinks he knows everything about basketball. He thinks he's still better than me, but he can't play anymore. I'm much better than him now. Talk about how you guys, how you introduced him, perhaps, or helped him out with his game, and I guess when you guys would play 1-on-1 in the park or whatever. And when was the first time that he was able to beat you?
Oh, I remember vividly. The one thing I told Jordan, I said, just always work hard. Put your best foot forward and never say that you didn't try as best you could. Even if you're not good at it, you do your best. So we'd go over to the middle school, which is right around the corner from our home. It was a brand new middle school. They had brand new courts. But I told Jordan, I said, this is not how basketball really is.
Yeah.
I said, basketball is not about what you wear. It's not about how nice the court is and all those things. Basketball is in the heart. So he gradually got better, better and better. And then, ultimately came the day that he beat me. And we went to the court, and he thought I was joking. He thought I was toying. And I really was working hard. I really was. And I was sweating, and he's like, "No, Dad, you let me win." So at that point, I always in my mind, I said, once he beats me, I'm never going to play him again.
Yeah.
Because now you've beaten me, you taking your game to another level. So now that you have to go on. And you don't need to keep playing me. You don't play people that are lesser than what you are. You play people that are better than what you are, and that's what's going to help you, go up the ladder and to achieve whatever goals you've set in basketball. But I tell him, now you're at a point where I don't have to coach anymore. I can sit back now and just be a dad.
Yeah.
And watch.
Yeah.
And that's the coolest thing now, to be honest,
Just some old pictures. He think he can hoop, but he ain't got it no more.
Who's the best player in your family?
Me, easy.
Easy? No question?
No questions, man.
Life was kind to the Clarksons as Jordan enjoyed the fruits of his labor, a good prospect heading into the 2014 NBA draft. However, when everything felt like it all finally fell into place, fate threw something at Jordan and his family, which they did not see coming, as his father was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer.
It was right after the Kentucky game. In fact, they had just played Kentucky and that just catapulted him onto the national scene because he just played well along with Jabari Brown, his teammate, now with the Lakers.
Yeah.
And right after the game, it was my wife and Uncle Nate, and we were sitting in his apartment, and I just told them, I just have to tell him. I just found out the devastating news, and I have to tell him. When I told him, he was visibly shaken for a moment, but I said, don't worry about it. I said, Dad will take care of it. You just focus on what you're doing, and let me deal with what I'm dealing with, but I'll be okay. And I wanted to give him some sense of reassurance where he wasn't worried. But, of course, because of how close we are as a family, when we weren't around, once we were able to leave Missouri and he was able to settle down and, get his mental thoughts together, then, he got quite emotional and, we heard about it. And I wish I didn't have to tell him, but I wanted to tell him because if something did happen, it really would have been devastating, to him. But when you talk about his draft stock, that's the reason why his draft stock probably plummeted, because he wasn't focused on basketball anymore. What he considered to be his pillar in life was damaged.
I look around your place and I see a big the crucifix over there as well. So talk about that. Talk about your faith.
My faith comes through what I've been through, as since I've been young, and even when I got older, situation with my dad going through his cancer stuff. It's happened for a reason, and he has a plan.
Is there any special meaning that is for you?
This is just this is for the blessings of the house, from what we've been through, man. And this is pretty cool, man, to see where we at now, and we know God has a plan. We're just trying to continue to follow and continue to praise, man. No matter what's going on, you got to stay positive.
Yeah.
That's how I live. It's right before I walk out and get in my car and shoot to the practice every day. Yeah.
For their 7th road win. They're just 6-24 in conference. Kobe dunks it home as he goes baseline. Wow.
A mediocre Lakers season seemed like it got even dimmer with this one fateful play. Kobe Bryant once again defied his age with an athletic move to the rim. Sadly, his body betrayed him.
To go along with 5 boards. And Kobe talking to the Lakers training staff.
Bryant knew that the Lakers would need someone to step up in his stead. He didn't have to look far. Kobe simply had to look to his right.
The day before, we all went out to go get pizza. the next day I was starting.
You were starting.
And I didn't even know. So that's crazy. You know, it was cool though. You know, getting to start back home. It was a great opportunity for me.
You know, even now, you know, when I think about it, I can just remember going to the arena. I was in my wheelchair at that time. Even now, it sparks a little bit of emotion because it was just so surreal. You know, Janie told me, you know, Jordan's going to get his first start. And I was like, oh my goodness, how ironic is that? You know, he comes home and gets to start in front of, you know, his former high school teammates, his friends, his family. You know, in the city of San Antonio, I mean, he had so many people there at the game just to see him. He introduced him in the starting lineup, you know, I mean, you know, that was an emotional thing for all of us, you know. And we thought that was very classy for the Lakers organization to do that. They just picked an awesome day to do it. It was just a great day. It was a great day.
We're out. Clarkson all the way. Reverse layup is good. Give another dime to the rookie.
His progression has been fantastic. You know, he's a guy that listens, he works his butt off, and he wants to be good. You know, I think those three elements right there are going to be his advantage. The kid has a long career ahead of him. If he can continue to progress the way he is, he can be a great player.
Yeah, he's a great kid, and you know, he works really, really hard. And it's just been cool to see him grow and just grow with confidence and comfort. And I think the future, obviously, everybody now is saying, "Man, I wish I could have drafted him or whatever." And so,
what are some of the stuff that well, Steve and Kobe have taught you? Anything in specific that you specifically can work on?
I mean, both of them is just really slow down. You know, Kobe probably tells me most just play with your mind more. He knows I'm out there just hooping and see plays happen or make them happen with my mind. Putting guys in the places where they can score and, you know, getting what you want at every time you come down at the court. If you gotta bring two guys with you, you bring them and, you know, make a play for somebody else. Steve is just more hands-on court work and stuff like that. And, you know, Steve's biggest thing for me is slow down and let stuff happen.
Just for Kobe to have that much respect for you being a rookie, to try and, you know, stoop down and help you, you know, being at the level that he is.
Yeah.
As a Hall of Famer, he doesn't have to do anything except sit back and just play his game when the time comes. But he took pride in Jordan as well. We attribute a lot of different people to his success and his drive and his motivation, but he prepared himself also to be ready and, you know, took advantage of the opportunity. And that's life, though.
How do you see yourself down the line? Like, how high do you think your ceiling is as far as being a player here in the NBA?
I'm not sure. I just want to be a great player. You know, I never put a cap on anything. So, you know, I was supposed to be right here in these shoes right now that I'm, you know, starting guard for the Lakers. That's crazy. You know, to even say that. So I'm just out there working. I just want to be great one day.
You know, God does things in mysterious ways and gave Jordan the opportunity, along with the Lakers, gave him the opportunity and the strength to be able to go out there and be confident enough, because remember, he was sitting all those games. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we'd have conversations. He was like, I just want a chance. And all I could tell him is, you know, in life, preparation has to meet opportunity. When the opportunity comes, if you're not prepared, then that's your fault. I said, your time is going to come. We don't know when, but your time is going to come. But when it comes, no excuses.
Despite playing limited minutes early in the season, Jordan made up for lost time with his strong play in the final 38 games and propelled himself to making the all-rookie first team, only the 5th second-round pick in the past 30 years to receive the honor.
Clarkson, 6'5", 193 pounds, extremely athletic, long. This is a good-looking rookie right here.
When are you going to come down to the Philippines? Because I mean, you know, Philippine Airlines flies LA. They fly to New York now as well. So if you're in the East Coast, that kind of works. But when can we expect you down in the Philippines?
Maybe before. I think talking to my agent and stuff, we're kind of working all that whole thing out. But we'll be coming this summer sometime.
Cool. Thank you very much, Jordan. I appreciate it.
Nah, I don't cook. That's why you won't see too much food in here.
So Kobe doesn't make you drink his
body armor?
His body armor.
I mean, I drink it all. Nothing in the pantry, really. Just gotta have these, though. Definitely gotta have these and some Pop-Tarts for sure. For sure.
You know, you have to keep in mind Jordan is 22 years old. All right, he's living by himself here in LA. So basically, this is clean.
I mean, maybe for some hot dogs or some noodles, but that's it, man. That's it.